welcome back to the 5th episode of Shift Podcast. Today it's another extra exciting episode for me and for you, hopefully, because we have a guest, Tendup, from Global Shaper Tempo's Hub, who would be talking about their project, Champ. But before we go into the details, Tendup, let's play a game.
Okay.
It's called Your Name, Your Passion, and a Secret.
Okay, to start off with my name is Tendup, and I'm a volunteer with Global Shapers Tempo Hub. I've been part of Global Shapers for almost like 2 years now. And my passion would be, at the moment, currently, I'm very passionate about advocating for causes such as like access to justice, and also the project that I'm currently focusing on is with regard to elimination of discrimination against CICL. So currently I'm very passionate about that. And a secret would be, everybody thinks that I wanted to be a lawyer, that's why I went to JSW School of Law. But to be very honest, I did not think that I would be a lawyer, and I never in my wildest dream did I dreamed of becoming a lawyer. But here I am. Actually, I wanted to be a cinematographer, so that's my secret.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. A lawyer who wanted to be a cinematographer. Right. Global Shaper Tempo Hub. I think most people in Bhutan, like in Thimphu especially, knows about it. But well, to our listeners who are very new to Global Shapers, let's hear it from you. You know, what is Global Shapers all about?
Okay, so Global Shapers is like a group of very passionate young individuals who come together and then they work with the communities to like address certain issues, make some impacts. And Global Shapers, in an international level, it was founded by a Swiss economist who also in fact founded the World Economic Forum. So Global Shapers is like under the patronage of World Economic Forum, if I'm not mistaken. And as I said, it's only been 2 years, so I don't know much about Global Shapers at an international level. But in the Thimphu Hub, the Global Shapers Tempo Hub is the first hub in Bhutan, and it was founded in April 2020, I believe. And then the Tempo Hub, as of now, is filled with youths who are very passionate about certain causes. Like we have child justice, that's my group, and then we have a group who are very passionate about sexual and reproductive health, and we have a group who's very passionate about environmental causes. So if the youth, they want to make an impact in the community at a very micro level, I suggest that you join the Global Shapers Tempo Hub. And Global Shapers Tempo Hub also we recruit annually and also biannually based on the needs. So you need to keep your eyes for announcement from Global Shapers Tempo Hub. And I suggest you follow the Global Shapers Tempo Hub page.
Well, to be honest, I wanted to be a part of Global Shapers as well. It's just that I didn't get time to like register and everything.
No, but you need to make your time for these causes. Yeah.
Global Shaper, like you said, is a group filled with youth who want to bring about changes with them. And now I wanted to ask, how did you come across Shift? Was it like right time, right place moment, or was it something, because I know that you weren't Global Shapers wasn't part of the Shift campaign last year. Was it something that, the Global Shaper team was like looking forward to, being a part of?
I really believe that Shift campaign was a right time at the right moment for Project Champ, at least, because Project Champ, me and a group of my friends, we founded Project Champ in late 2022. It was when we were in the final years of our law college. We were very passionate about this, and in 2023 we did cover some schools, but then we could not create that much impact because we were limited by funds. There's a lot of costs involved in doing even a simple advocacy like travel costs, refreshment costs, so we were not able to do it all out. But then I think it was our curator that time, I think she received an invitation to apply projects for Shift campaign, and then 2 projects from Global Shapers participated. That's like a Project Champ, and there's another project called Project CCR. So fortunately, Project Champ got through, and that's how we came on to Shift.
Okay. That's nice. The next question is, well, I understand that Global Shapers has like different areas where you're working with more, like you said, some they're like working in SRHR, some they're like working in environment, well, some in child rights.
Yeah.
But for this current Shift campaign, what is Global Shapers doing? And what are some of the activities that you have done so far? Because I know that you're still on the process.
Yeah.
And maybe talk about the acronym of CHAMP as well. I know it's Children's Human Rights and
Advocacy for meaningful participation. Yeah. So, CHAMP, as I said, is an acronym for Children's Human Right Advocacy for Meaningful Participation. Meaningful participation because it's very important for us to involve children in these dialogues. Remember, we cannot just say that children are future, and keep them in the future. We need to bring them in the present. So that's why meaningful participation. And advocacy is very simple. We are advocating for the rights and responsibilities of the children. And then Project CHAMP, as of now, our main focus is on advocacy. That is we're doing in schools. So this year we could only cover one school. But then in 2023, I think we have covered 3 schools. And then the activities that are in pipeline are we are also making some online stories, posting some online stories. That is creating awareness on CICLs, their life stories. And it's also served as humanizing the CICLs. That's what our focus is at the moment for this Project CHAMP. We're trying to eliminate discrimination against CICLs and humanize them by sharing their stories in hopes that people will look beyond their past and see them as they are. So for that, we are posting some series of stories on our Facebook. Maybe you should check out our Facebook page as well, GSTH Project CHAMP. So you'll come across a lot of inspiring stories on there. And apart from the advocacy and stories series, we are also planning to consolidate all the stories into a form of book. And then also with those stories, we are going to provide some information on rights, responsibilities, and also some hotline numbers, so that if they need help, they can directly call the hotlines. So we're planning to publish that in the form of a book as of now. And also we are planning to do a talk show where we bring in CICLs and expert on child justice. So we're really looking forward to these things right now.
Janjab, I think whatever the Project CHAMP has, the activities that you're doing, it's very important. I think it's important that we destigmatize, especially CICL, like you said. And also, I think it's also important that children in Bhutan know what rights they have, right? The legal aspects of things. This is something that YP Bhutan, we're also trying to focus on as well, because we've been talking about SRHR all the time, but we don't really touch on the rights part, which kind of backfires on us at the end, because they're like, oh, we didn't know that stuff like this existed. So I think it's important as well.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the challenges that we were facing while we were developing the project. We were really concerned about if we just go on about advocating for rights, then we were a little skeptic that what if the children become this right-oriented person, they just go on fighting for their rights and forget their responsibilities. So we spend a lot of our time drafting, developing the content, which is not only right-based, but also highlights their responsibilities, so that when they claim their rights, they do not forget their responsibilities. So that was one of the challenges that we faced while we were initially drafting the project.
That's amazing, Janjab. Following up with the activities that you did. Now, I know that it's ongoing, and at the end you might have a vision, right? What is something that you'd like to achieve through this campaign? Are you trying to foster champions from your Project CHAMP, or is it something different?
So when we initially discussed the project, me and my friends, we did not know the impact it would have on the children, our target group. But our main agenda, or the goal we wanted to achieve, was if through our project, even one CICL, a lot of CICLs are currently facing discrimination from society, from their peers, and for that matter, even from their own family members. So what we wanted to achieve was if even one CICL's life becomes better through our projects, then we would consider that as an achievement for now. And with regard to our advocacy projects, we believe that, as you said, our target is to create champs who can champion the values of rights and responsibilities of children in Bhutan. So even if one child can make a difference in the society, by the advocacy that we do, we are teaching them, advocating them about their rights and responsibilities. So even if one child comes forward and says, "Oh, this is our rights," when they come in contact or conflict with law, so even if one child comes and helps their peers, then that would be an achievement for Project Champ. We are not planning to create a mass impact, but we hope that our project will be able to create difference in at least one or two individuals. So that's
yeah. I'm also very hopeful that that will happen. I think children in Bhutan, they again, I've been saying this in like a lot of episodes, right? Like they have like huge potential. All they need is recognition, opportunity, believe that they can actually make change, and not be like, oh, they're children, they can't do anything, right? So yeah, I second whatever you said, Zendram. Now moving on, like you said, GS, the Global Shapers, Thimphu Hub is another youth-led group in Bhutan, and there are many in Bhutan, like especially in Thimphu. So what sets it apart? What's the secret ingredient to your noodle soup? Kung Fu Panda reference. So what's your secret? What makes you different?
Okay, the secret ingredient is there is no secret ingredient. That's again Kung Fu Panda reference. Okay, so what we are doing, I don't think we are doing anything differently. It's just that the cohesiveness, the environment that we are in. I was also part of a lot of youth groups when I was in high school. So when I was, I don't know about other groups, but when I was in a group in high school, I always expected someone to lead me. Okay, someone to tell me, okay, come, we have this project, let's do this, let's do that, please volunteer. So that's not the case in Global Shapers Thimphu Hub. So Global Shapers Thimphu Hub, we encourage each other to, come up with their own project, create their own project, and implement their own project. But if you need help, we are always here for guidance. So that's the sort of thing that we have in Global Shapers. And also, I've always been telling it to my other friends who are not part of Global Shapers, like Global Shapers is really a place where passion meets, passionate individuals, for that matter, passionate youths, they come together and they really want to create a difference in the society. But so it is really an encouraging environment. Sometimes you have a very brilliant idea, but then you don't know what to do about this idea, and then that idea dies out. But in Global Shapers, we can really nurture those ideas, and we also give them the independence to conduct their own projects. But if you want guidance, of course, we do that as well. So,
in the last episode, when we had Punzo from Gola Gola, he also mentioned about the self-leadership part, where he was like, youths have ideas, and it's just that they need to come forward themselves. Like somebody should not push them to do something, right? And I second that.
Yeah, that's the issue. But that's the issue with the youth, I think, these days, because we have a very brilliant idea, but then we don't know how to implement that idea. So Global Shapers, if you are part of Global Shapers, we encourage your idea and we give you the platform, and also we nurture your ideas to create a lasting impact and also make it more sustainable. That's what happened with Project Champ.
Yeah, so I think we're almost at the end, there are a lot of youths, almost half the population in Bhutan makes up of youths and adolescents, right? And I'm pretty sure they have ideas. There are issues they would like to address. They probably have it in their brain. They just brainstormed it, but they can't do anything about it. Now the question is, what advice would you give to them? Some tips maybe from your experience with Global Shaper.
The only advice I can give is you should never give up on your ideas. There will be people who will come and say, oh, this idea is not implementable. Oh, your idea is so ambitious. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. What about this, what about that? But then you just need to find a right company who can, not only encourage your ideas, but also give their own views on how can that idea be achievable, can be made into achievable goal. So you just need to find the right company. I think that's it. Yeah.
You know, it makes sense. Sometimes being radical in this kind of stuff is important. Critiquing the critics. Yeah, so yeah, that's the wrap. Like, we're at the last episode, the end of the episode, sorry. And yeah, thank you for making time, Dandup. It was great talking to you. And yeah, look forward to our next episode as well. But before that, if there's anything that Global Shapers do, you know, some hand gestures, something that's like...
I think, thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank
so
you
this
for
is a sign
here.
for Global Shapers. Yeah. GS.
GS.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Save